This is the house where my brother Nathan and Trina, when they met and hooked up, this is their first apartment together. And the door, the lighter door on the right was their apartment, and their friend lived in the duplex on the left. But they lived there, and that's where my niece Cassidy was born. So they used to walk over to the Crispin house all the time and hang out. So our kids grew up together. Because Trina and I used to be BFFs and hang out all the time. But that was that infamous house. It's a very small, little, tiny one-bedroom duplex. I think Nathan threw the vacuum cleaner through the door once. Do you remember that? Yeah. He was a little bit of an angry child. To say the least. And I do remember Abel had that 8-foot or 10-foot python. And I remember it had gotten out of its cage once. And its body was still in its cage, and it had wrapped around and came in through the bathroom of my brother's apartment. And Trina went in the bathroom, and the top half of the snake and its head was in her apartment in the bathroom. And I just remember being so creeped out by that I didn't want to hang out at their house anymore, because I was terrified that snake was going to eat the babies.
Did you know right next door, right there,
that's where the serial killer lived, right there.
He used to kill old ladies in their sleep.
We didn't know at the time, but there was a woman that my brother and our cousins worked with at Frankie's downtown, which is a cafe. She had a roommate that was just this guy that used to live with her. And I actually sold him my first car. My first car was a Volvo station wagon, and I had sold it to him. He was a little bit off, and no one really understood it. Well, later on, years later, back in 2003, we found out he finally was convicted. He used to sneak into people's houses and strangle women to death. And I believe it was his girlfriend that finally turned him in, but she had discovered it and then kept it a secret for several years. And then finally, when they broke up or whatever, she finally turned him in. But he was my brother's neighbor. He used to do barbecues with us, and no one knew he had a secret passion that no one knew about. That's an odd one.